बंधो जगत्पते गोपेश गोपिकान्त राधाकान्त नमोस्तुते। श्रीकृष्ण चैतन्य प्रभु नित्यानंद श्री अद्वैत गदाधर श्रीवासादि गौरभक्तवृंद। हरे कृष्णा कृष्ण कृष्ण हरे हरे, हरे राम 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 हरे हरे। नारायणं नमस्कृत्य नरं चैव नरोत्तमं देवीं सरस्वतीं व्यासं ततो जयमुदीरयेत्। We are going through Srimad Bhagavatam, 5th canto, 7th chapter, about the holy life of King Bharat. Yesterday we heard that all the sacrifices are meant for the sake of pleasing Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. The end result of all the sacrifices is dharma. Dharma means that which is pleasing the Supreme Lord, or you can say that which is the nature of our real self. Any activity that we are performing, the end result should be to have faith, to develop faith in Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. Whatever karma we might do. Swanushtitasya dharmasya samsiddhir haritoshanam. Everyone should be established in one's own duties for the pleasure of Supreme Lord only. And if one is performing any religious duties that is not developing, that's not bringing faith towards the listening the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, that cannot be called as dharma. That cannot be called as dharma. Dharma is one that ultimately promotes a person to faith towards Hari Katha, the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. So, therefore, Maharaj Bharat, King Bharat, used to think that the performer of the sacrifice is Vasudeva, the enjoyer of the results of the sacrifice is Vasudeva, and everything is for the pleasure of Vasudeva only. All demigods that are part of this sacrifice, they are nothing but they are controlled. They are also controlled by Supreme Lord Vasudeva. So this was the conception he had got, or he used to think while performing yajna like this, due to which he got freed from all material contaminations like anger, greed, lust, etc. He got freed from all these things, and even though the hotas, they were offering the ghee, havi, to the fire by chanting the name of Indra, Surya, Varuna, etc., he was seeing all of them as various bodily parts or the limbs of Supreme Lord Vasudeva. In this manner, his activities, his consciousness, everything was purified. We will go through the purport written by Srila Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur. Jadi bolen, देखून तावत कर्माणि कुर्वीत अर्थात ततक्षण पर्यंत कर्म करिबे যতক্ষণ চিত্তে নির্বেদ না আসে, অথবা আমার কথা শ্রবণাদিতে যতক্ষণ শ্রদ্ধার अर्थात सुदृढ़ विश्वासेर उदय ना হয় इत्यादि श्री भगवानेर उक्तिवशत श्री भगवानेर कथादिते दृढ़ श्रद्धा निष्काम शुद्ध भक्तिर अधिकारी महाराज भरतेर कर्म कर्तृत्व और कर्म फलेर भोक्तृत्व की प्रकारे संगत है। विश्वनाथ चक्रवर्ती ठाकुर starts his purport by putting a question, as this is his usual trend of explaining things. King Bharat is a devotee. We are reading about Bharat not because he is a performer of great sacrifices or karma kanda activities. We are going through his holy biography because he is a great devotee. So Bharat, being a great devotee, he has faith in the Harikatha, in the glories of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, and he had firm faith in Supreme Lord Sri Krishna's bhajan. Why then did Bharat engage himself in all these karmakanda activities? What was the purpose? Why did he do so? Because Tavat karmani kurvita, Srimad Bhagavat says one has to perform duties as long as one does not develop faith in the Lord. One is supposed to perform the activities till one does not develop faith in the Lord Vasudeva. We are performing activities, all the activities that are mentioned in the scriptures, that is ultimately to bring faith in Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. No instruction in the scriptures is basically for us to become the enjoyers. Even though superficially it may appear that if you do this activity you get heavenly planets, but an intelligent person, he will question, what after heaven? Because the Lord is telling that even heavenly planets or heavenly pleasures are not permanent, they are temporary. So the Shastras, they are trying to describe the ultimate only, but as per the language understood by different persons according to their eligibility. A person who is in an elementary class, he cannot be given instructions about a higher class. He has to be taught in that manner only. So similarly, the scriptures, they are giving instructions for all the categories of persons, various categories, right from the elementary level all up to the PhD level, the doctorate level, so that one gradually elevates his consciousness to a point where he will understand all these things are useless. One has to raise to that platform, and this is described in the scriptures. So according to Srimad Bhagavatam and other scriptures also, yavat karmani kurvita, one has to perform religious activities or material duties as long as one does not develop faith in Supreme Lord Sri Krishna. But Bharat has already passed that platform. Bharat is already above that. He is already a devotee, or he has faith in Supreme Lord Sri Krishna's glories. And how far is it acceptable that Bharat had performed these activities? This is the question that Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur has raised himself. They have not understood the question? তাহার উত্তরে বলিতেছেন संप्रचरत्सु इत्यादि, अर्थात अंग क्रिया समूहेर अनुष्ठान युक्त विविध यज्ञ आरंभ हইলে यद अपूर्व बोलिते जहाँ क्रियार फल और धर्म नामक वस्तु ताहा परब्रह्म निज इष्टदेव वासुदेवे भावना करतः, अर्थात এই यज्ञादि कर्मेर जे फल उत्पादन हইবে সেই কর্মফলে আমার কোনো স্পৃহা নাই, কিন্তু তাহা শ্রী বাসুদেবের প্রীতির নিমিত্ত তাহার উদ্দেশ্যেই সমর্পিত হইল, তাহাতে আমার কোনো সত্য নাই, এইরূপ চিন্তা করতেন, এই অর্থ। So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is explaining that when King Bharat was performing these sacrificial activities, he was thinking that I am doing this as to please Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, because Yagyashishta Sanassanto, Yagyashishta Sanassanto, whatever yagyas you perform, you do it as an offering to me. If you don't do so, that will be nothing but bhunjatete agham papam. You are only becoming part of, sin. Because any activity one performs, if it is not done as an offering to Supreme Lord, or if we want to become enjoyer of that particular action, then we have to accept whatever good or bad that is associated with it. Any activity we perform, if it is done thinking that I am the enjoyer, if any bad consequences come out of it, I have to become the sufferer of it. But if we perform an action for the purpose of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, even if there are some defects, mistakes and so-called sins committed during the process, all of them are completely finished, because the purpose defines our action. If our purpose is the pleasure of Supreme Lord Sri Krishna, even though there are some defects in the action, they are absolved, they are finished. But if the purpose is not Krishna but me, even though we are performing good actions, if by chance some mistake is performed, we have to become sufferers of it. Our Param Gurudev used to explain this in a very simple language so that everyone can understand. If whatever actions we are performing, the results of those are going into the pocket of Krishna, that is bhakti. If whatever action we are performing, the result of which is coming into our pocket, or we are trying to put it in our pocket, then it is called karma. That is the difference between karma and bhakti. In both there is action, but behind one action, all the results are going towards Krishna. In another action, all the results are coming into my pocket, or I want to become the enjoyer. Then, if we are performing karma, means if we want to become enjoyer of our own actions, then obviously we also have to suffer the results. Hanuman, he had killed so many innocent persons in his service to Lord Ramachandra. In Lanka he had set fire. So many were killed. And Arjuna killed his own gurus, acharyas. Guru Hatya, Guru Avagya itself is a great offense. Guru Hatya, killing Guru, is beyond, any description of being called as offense. But Arjuna was not, had to suffer the reaction for killing acharyas, his own forefathers, Bhishma Dev. Why? Because both Hanuman and Arjuna performed action as a service to the Lord. On the other hand, Ravana also killed so many saintly persons, and he killed so many innocent persons. Why he is punished? Because he has done it for his pleasure. The motivation is different. So here, King Bharat had performed the actions or all the sacrifices thinking that the Lord is the enjoyer, then that will be called as bhakti. Arjuna is fighting. You may say, what is bhakti? He can sit and do Harinam. You are asking us to do Harinam and Arjuna fight. What is this? As per the eligibility, there is an instruction. Arjuna can fight to establish dharma, therefore he can fight. Param Pujyapad Keshav Goswami Maharaj, he had fought so many cases in the court. What kind of bhakti is this? You can sit and chant Harinam. Why, fight in the court for, this? But Prabhupada had given, he had blessed him profusely. Why? He was pleased. He has done it for the pleasure. Keshav Goswami has done it for the pleasure of Srila Prabhupada. That is bhakti. He is not, fighting a case for his own land or so that his family is protected. No, he is not doing that. He is doing it for the service of the mutt. So, as per the eligibility, Krishna has given this responsibility to Arjuna, fight. He can sit and do Harinam, he can hear Harikatha, he can speak Harikatha. Why to fight? That is devotion. The orientation of Arjuna was pleasure of Krishna. So similarly, Bharat had performed activities as an offering to Supreme Lord Shri Krishna, thinking that he is the enjoyer. Therefore, the moment Krishna is there in our consciousness, that is bhakti. जजी बोले देखून कर्म कर्तृ प्रधान अथवा देवता प्रधान এই বিষয়ে মীমাংসক গণের দুইটি মত প্রসিদ্ধ রইয়াছে তন্মধ্যে প্রথম পক্ষে অপূর্ব কর্তৃনিষ্ঠ অর্থাৎ ক্রিয়ার কর্তা যজমানে আশ্রিত দ্বিতীয় পক্ষে দেবতারা আরাধনার নিমিত্ত বলিয়া কর্মের ফল দেবতানিষ্ঠ so when one performs karma two things that come into picture one is yajaman is the performer of the action of karma and the other is for whom is the performer who is for whom is this being performed who is the performer Bharat is the performer for whom is it being performed for the gods because yajna the sacrifices they are meant the name of the devatas is chanted and they hold their share in yajna whatever yajna we perform all the demigods they are having their share we are saying Indraya Swaha so Indra is getting his share of food and therefore Indra is pleased he is taking care of the world nicely Chandraya Swaha Chandra is pleased and therefore he is giving soothing effect to all the living entities. Varunaya Swaha, Varunadeva is pleased, therefore there are water facilities there and all the things are going on nicely. So all the demigods when they get their share, they will be pleased with those who have offered them and they will shower mercy on them. Obviously, if we serve someone, he will also see to it that we are, safe and secure, etc. Isn't it? We are serving someone. Then he will naturally, see to our well-being also. Okay, I will be okay if my servant is okay. If he is not well, if he is sick, if he is not able to come properly on time, then it will be difficult. So I will see to it that he is also staying in my outhouse. Isn't it? In the big bungalows, they give place in their own outhouse. Stay in the outhouse. You don't have to travel all the way. But whenever we call, you have to come and serve. Fine. Means, and food will also be there. You don't have to worry, cook separately. Whatever food is prepared for us, we prepare for you also extra. So, the owner will take care of all the necessities of the servant also. In a similar manner, if the demigods are worshipped properly, they are served properly, the demigods also will see to it that we are getting everything on time. Rain is on time. The rivers are flowing nicely and, sun is not giving too much of heat. Moon is not escaping from his duties. So, they are all doing their action when they are getting their share. So, according to Karma Mimamsa people, according to those who are, who do the analytical study of the karma, they say that two persons are required. One is Karta, the performer, the owner of the action, and the other is the who is being worshipped. That is the Devatas. Yajaman, the performer is Bharat, and the one who is receiving is the demigods. तन्मध्ये महाराज भरतेर निष्कामत्व हेतु अपूर्वेर देवता निष्ठत्वै युक्तियुक्त हইলেও चंद्र सूर्यादि देवता गणेर बाहुल्यवशत की जन्न एकमात्र वासुदेवै कर्मफलेर भावना करतेन. So if you are saying that Bharat was performing these sacrifices without any desire to get fruits. He is the Yajaman, he is the performer. He is performing without any, desire to get the fruits out of it. But they are, addressed towards, or they are submitted towards the demigods. So how could he think that they are all reaching Vasudeva? Because directly they are chanting they have to establish the deities, various demigods, deities in the yajna. All these activities are being done. How can he think that it is directly reaching Vasudeva? ताहार उत्तरे बोलते चैन सर्व देवता लिंगानाम इत्यादि सही देवता प्रकाशक मंत्र समूहेर जे अर्थ इंद्रादि देवता ताहादेरो नियामक अर्थात यज्ञ विभिन्न मंत्रेर अर्थ रूपे इंद्र प्रभृति जे सकल देवता आमादेर बोधगम्य हय भगवान वासुदेव ताहादेरो नियामक. So we are seeing that all these gods are independent. But King Bharat used to see that they are all controlled by Supreme Lord only. We are worshipping, let's say if we are worshipping Ganesh or Varuna or Indra, etc., we are thinking that, oh, if Indra is displeased, there will be no rain. If Ganesh is not pleased, then there will be so many hindrances in my materialistic activities. If Lakshmi Devi is not pleased, then I will not get money. If Kubera is not pleased, then I will not get wealth. So we are thinking that these persons are acting independently. But Bharat knew that all the demigods are under the control of Supreme Lord Vasudeva. They are not independent gods, they are also fully dependent upon the Supreme Lord. Only if Lord awards them the power to give boons and benedictions, they will be able to do so. So, King Bharat had this consciousness. Even though the Varuna's deity is established in the yajna, he was thinking that he is there because of Supreme Lord. He is not an independent God. He hetu yajna purushe yajna phaler bhokta vasudeve hi artha. Therefore, because yajna purusha is Vasudeva, whatever action is being done is reaching him only. Yajnarthe sarva karmani. One has to perform all activities for yajna only. Anyatra karma bandhanat. If one performs karma for any other purpose, karma bandhanat, it will become a cause of bondage. Everything should be performed as yajna. Yajna means sacrifice. Everything, whatever we do, should be performed as a sacrifice. Sacrifice means as an offering. Whatever we do, it should be as an offering to the Supreme Lord. The Lord is telling this to Arjuna. Yajnarthe sarva karmani. Only for the purpose of yajna, only as an offering, perform every action. Not as an enjoyer. That, oh, I am doing this, therefore I shall be the enjoyer. This should not be the purpose. Otherwise it will be cause of bondage. Even though we are worshipping demigods, it will be a cause of bondage. They themselves are not liberated. How can they give liberation? They themselves are bound by karma. যদি বলেন দেখুন ইহাতে ভারতের কর্মফলের ভোক্তৃত্ব না হোক কিন্তু কর্মের কর্তৃত্ব তাহার দুর্বার। ইহার উত্তরে বলিতেছে না, তাহার কর্তৃত্ব ছিল না, যেহেতু সাক্ষাৎ কর্তরি অর্থাৎ অন্তর্যামী বাসুদেবেরই প্রবর্তকত্ব রূপে स्वतंत्र कर्तृत्व हेतु साक्षात कर्तृत्व, किंतु प्रयोज्य अस्वतंत्र यजमानेर कोनो कर्तृत्व नाई, अन्यथा ऋत्विक गणेरु साक्षात कर्तृत्व प्रसंग होइतो। So Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, as I said, he has a very peculiar style of explaining things. He does not just go on speaking the purport, but he raises a question to increase the curiosity in us, or he raises a question thinking that there will be some other persons, they might get this question. Very attentive reader or a listener might just get this question. So he is asking a question, okay, I understand that Bharat had no desire to enjoy the fruits, but he is doing the action, he is performing yajna. It means that he has the conception, or he is thinking, identifying that he is the doer, he has to do it. He is not an enjoyer, but he is thinking that he is the doer. Then Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says no, he is not thinking that he is the doer, because in the yajna, a yajamana, a doer is required. If he is not doing, who will be the doer? Therefore, he is thinking that I should do the yajna. So it means he is thinking that he is the doer. Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur says no. Because Vasudeva is the one who has given this facility to perform yajna. He has given the idea to do yajna, and he is the one who has supplied everything to perform yajna. Therefore, in the root, he is the one who is doing the yajna. Just like if Samadhi Mandir is being constructed, okay, any building is getting constructed, I am supplying the raw material for it. I am supplying cement, supplying sand, water, wood, whatever is required, and the labor is working. They have constructed a very nice building. Now, can the labor say, because I have constructed it, we are the doers, and therefore we are the enjoyers? Can we say? Can the labor say that? Repeat again. After the labor construct a building with the raw material supplied by me, by my order, they have constructed a building. After constructing the building, can the labor say, because we have constructed it, we are the owners of this building? Can they say? Can they say we are the doers? No, sir, you have supplied us the raw material, you have given us money, that's why we could do. They cannot say we have done it independently. They cannot say. Therefore, they cannot claim that they are the doers of that action. Because you have facilitated us to do, we could do. You have given us the land, you have given us the raw material, you have given us money, whatever is required. See, in a similar manner, whatever action we are performing in this material world, who will be the doer? We are like that labor, only manipulating things. But actually the doer is Supreme Lord. By his energy, by his facilitation, by his supply of material, we are simply acting. I am preparing a idol with mud. I am thinking that I am the doer, but actually mud is supplied by God, water is supplied by God, the wheel that is required, supplied by God, They also put grass in between, that is supplied by God. What is it that is not supplied by God? And in order to prepare that murti or that idol, hands are required. Your hands are supplied by God. You need intelligence, that is supplied by God. What is yours that you are claiming that I am the doer? Bharat Maharaj was very firmly situated in this. I am only acting, being completely dependent upon the Lord's desire. Lord is an independent performer of an action. I want to get the building constructed this manner or that manner or this manner. I am completely independent because I am the owner of it. A laborer has no choice. He cannot say, sir, this structure is not looking good. Get it constructed this way. He has the choice. No, choice is mine. Therefore, I will be the doer. In a similar manner, the Lord is, He is completely independent. I am not independent. I am dependent. Therefore, I cannot become a doer there. This Bharat Maharaj was completely or firmly situated in. Otherwise, even he is told, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur is telling that even Ritvik Brahmanas can be called as performers of Yajna. Why only Yajaman is, Bharata is the Yajaman or the doer? The doers are also Ritvik Brahmanas. Why are you not calling them as the doers? Because they are playing a role in the Yajna, but they are not the doers of Yajna. They are just instrumental. In a similar manner, Bharat was also firmly situated in the knowledge that just like Ritviks are doing their part in the Yajna, I am doing my part in the Yajna, but I am not the doer. This is where he was firmly fixed in. Is it clear?
Yes.
अर्थात भगवान वासुदेवई यज्ञेर कर्ता जेहेतु तिनी अंतर्यामी रूपे यजमान के यज्ञादिते प्रवर्तन करें बोलिया मुख्य कर्ता, because he is the one who had what do you call given promoted Bharat to do that yajna. He is called as karta. He is the doer, Vasudeva, not Bharat. Aru यद्भुक यत्कृत यज्ञ अर्थात तिनी यज्ञेर भोक्ता यज्ञेर कर्ता और यज्ञ स्वरूप এই রূপে विष्णु सहस्रनाम स्तोत्रे ताहारई नाम कीर्तित হইয়াছে. If you go through Vishnu Sahasranam, Yagyabhuk, Yagyadrik, Yagyabrit, Yagyaha. These are the various Vishnu Sahasranam, 1000 names of Vishnu. This comes. He is called Yagyabhrig, he is called Yagyadrik, and he is called Yagya. The meaning is that he is the enjoyer, Yagyabhuk, enjoyer of Yagya. Yagyabrit, matlab means Yagya Karta, doer of Yagya, and Yagya, and he himself is Yagya. This is highly inconceivable. He is the sacrifice, he is the doer of the sacrifice, he is also the enjoyer of the sacrifice. How can we understand this? We think the doer, the action, and the result, all the three are different. The doer, the action, and the result, we think they are different. But in transcendental realm, the doer, the action, the result, everything is transcendental, inconceivable. They are one and the same. Vasudeva Krishna is the performer of Yajna. He is Yajna himself, and he is also the enjoyer of Yajna. We may think that Yajna is an action, the enjoyer of Yajna is the demigods, the doer of Yajna is Bharat. No, all three Vishnu only. If we think that all the three are different, addressing different persons, then we have not understood the actual purport of Yajna. Sei Vasudever स्वतंत्र कर्तृत्व थाकिलेও अज्ञानवशतः जीवेर आमी करितेছি এইরূপ निजेर स्वतंत्र कर्तृत्व मननई ताहार कर्तृत्व बोधो ओ बंधेर कारण होइया था के यह जानते होइबे. So Supreme Lord Vasudeva is the independent performer of an action. Means he is not dependent upon anyone for nothing. He is completely independent. Whereas everyone else, like us, we are dependent, but still we think that I am the doer. We still think that we are the doers. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvasah. By the influence of the three modes of material nature, everyone is performing action. Then who is performing action? By the influence of the three modes of material nature, everyone is performing action. Therefore, who is the performer of action? Three modes of material nature. Because by that influence only we are performing. A person who is making the dolls dance. You have seen the doll, what is it called in English? Puppet show. You have seen that? The puppeteer is running the puppets. If the puppet thinks I am doing independently by my own, it is that puppet's foolishness. The puppeteer making the puppets dance. He is making them dance. So, the three modes of material nature are making us dance in this world. They are making us give charity sometimes. They are making us slap someone sometimes. They are making us love somebody sometimes. They are making us, do some sinful actions sometimes. So, who is performer of action? Three modes of material nature. Who is controlling three modes of material nature? Ahankara vimudhatma kartaham iti manyate. But because of one's false ego, one is thinking that I am the doer. Because of one's false ego. But actually, prakrite kriyamanani, the modes of material nature are controlling everyone. Now, question may arise, then we are not doing anything. Everything the Lord is doing. No problem. But the Lord is actually, we are coming under the influence of three modes of material nature because of what we have done in the past. We have a scope for correcting it. By going through the scriptures, by associating with the sadhus, we can understand, for all these days I have been influenced by three modes of material nature. And if I continue like this, I will be influenced by it, I will remain influenced by three modes of material nature. Is there a way to get out of it or not? Then he will find a solution and then he will try to rectify. Okay, whatever done is done, past is past, at least let me set my future right. Then he will try to work in a manner in which he will not be any longer influenced by three modes of material nature. So, here Vishwanath Thakur is telling that the living entity, even though he is completely dependent upon the Supreme Lord, he is not able to work independently because he is influenced by three modes of material nature. Still he thinks that Ami Kuritechi, I am doing this action. So, Vishwanath Thakur says you have to understand this to be nothing but bondage. This is nothing but his bondage, or an indication that he is in bondage. He is not able to understand. As long as we are in ignorance, we will not be able to understand that we are in ignorance. The moment we come to light or knowledge, then we think, I was in darkness, I was in ignorance. Only we will realize that only when we come to light or when we come to knowledge. So, in this manner, Vishwanath Chakravarti Thakur, there is still, it's a very long purport. I think we will take one more day to go through this. Yes, questions. Yes, today we also had a question yesterday. So you have some questions, or I will answer his question.
I have And some other
You have
questions.
some more questions, okay? Okay. So the question was about the animal sacrifice. Why animal sacrifice is performed? You see, in the first place, we have to understand that animal sacrifice is completely forbidden for Kali Yuga. You have to understand this for sure. Because when Kali was asked for places to stay, King Parikshit has given slaughtering as one of the places of Kali, killing the animals. So, no animal sacrifice is, what do you call, even though it is there in the Vedas, for the Kali Yuga Jivas, for the living entities of Kali Yuga, this killing of the animals or performing sacrifice, animal sacrifice is forbidden. Then why is this facility of, or why is this at all given in the scriptures, animal sacrifice? You see, previously they had this power to rejuvenate the life of any living entity. They used to give animal in sacrifice, an old animal, and renew its life, or they had the capacity to even award them a higher species. Right from that animal species they can go directly to the human species. Why? It is that animal is offered to the Yajna Purusha, to the Supreme Lord, as as an offering. It is sacrifice made as an offering to the Supreme Lord. Any object that has come as an offering to Supreme Lord, that is immediately purified. Whatever it is, anything that we offer to the Lord, it is immediately purified. So this process was there for the eligible Brahmanas to perform, not for everyone. There used to be designated Brahmanas who were experts in this, they would do it, not everyone. But for Kali Yuga, it is completely forbidden. One should not do that at all. Okay? Yes, you have more questions, you said.
Yes. So there's only there's only choice or free will. That all that free will and choice that there is here.
Yes.
That comes out of devotion, because devotion is the only attractive force. Because everything is controlled by the Lord.
Okay, you have to understand, everything is controlled means the fruits of the action are controlled by Supreme Lord, not our actions. You have to understand very clearly. Our Guru Maharaj used to say this. We think that everything is controlled by Supreme Lord. Means whatever we are doing, that's also controlled by Supreme Lord. No, it is not true. Only the fruits, whether we will get the fruits or not, is controlled by Supreme Lord. Action we are performing out of our own free will. The Lord has given independence to us. He has given independent thought. He has given us the intelligence. He has given us the discriminating power also. If He wanted to control everything, there is no point in giving intelligence. There is no point in giving discriminating power. If you yourself want to prepare a cup of coffee, why do you want to train a robot to do it? You do it yourself. So the Lord has given this intelligence because we want to use this intelligence, because He wanted to use this intelligence to perform an action. But the fruits of those actions are controlled by me. Karmanyeva adhikaraste. I have given you the right to perform action. He is not telling that I have not given you any right to perform action also. After speaking Bhagavad Gita, the Lord is telling that I have spoken Gita to you, now it is up to you to fight or not. He is not telling that now you have to fight. He didn't say. If Lord is the controller, He wouldn't have spoken Gita at all. You just act as you say, that's all. You have no freedom. He would have told that. Arjuna told that I don't know what to do. Okay, I will explain you. If he was just a puppet in the hands of Supreme Lord, or he wanted that Arjuna should act as per his desire or under his control, then he would not have spoken Gita at all. Directly he would have told, okay, he would have tuned the machine, just like we do a machine, tune the machine to work in the way we want. He would have tuned, okay, now I will turn on this side of the brain so that you will fight. You will have no questions at all. No. Ask as many questions as you have. I shall try to answer you. But I shall still give you a free will to fight. You are free to fight. Results are in my hands. Because you fought, you will get the result. There is no guarantee. That is in my control. Because, we are performing any action. If we have control over the fruits, if we ourselves have control over the fruits, then all of us will become Bhagavans here. Everyone will become Lord here. And there will be no peace. Already there is no peace. If everyone becomes God, if everyone becomes controller of their own karma, actions, then, let's say, for example, I am telling, if the teacher says, okay, my dear children, I am giving you a liberty to, prepare examination questions yourself. You prepare questions. If the teacher says you can prepare the questions for the exam yourself, then what will the student do? He knows this answer for this. Everyone will sit collectively. Okay, this is very simple. We'll prepare the answer, questions, and then this will be the thing. So the answer is known. The result is known. That is not the way you are tested. The teacher has given you instructions. Now the teacher is also giving you the questions. You answer it. This you have to answer as per the questions put by me. But you cannot write your own questions. You are only supposed to write your answers. That's all. That freedom the Supreme Lord has given. Is that enough, or you want more elaboration?
No, that is fine.
Okay. Okay. No.
I have two questions, but
Not in relation to this discussion.
да.
Yes. Okay. You can ask.
Вчера была после арати такая ситуация небольшая.
Yesterday after Arati was one situation.
Прабhu дает после арати прасад.
One Prabhu give prasad, distribute prasad.
I like only pork.
She like only this paneer.
Okay.
I look, he give paneer when? I come.
Finish.
Give me, he give me rice.
Rice.
Rice, big rice. I understand I cannot eat. I want only taste, little taste
Prasad.
Prasad paneer.
Yes.
I stay and what to do. I my friend, my sister told me eat because this God give you. I stay
Confused.
Yes. I see. I understand. I don't want this. But rice.
Yes.
This prasadam, I understand prasadam, but I no want.
Yes.
I give another
Devotee.
Из деревни там люди идут, и я им троим.
She give to some other.
Some other devotee. Yes.
Yes. And go and ask, give me little.
Paneer.
Yes. I take paneer. I very
Happy.
But this forgot what I do for God. I maybe скажи, что я сделал для Бога, да? То есть я должна была тот принять.
Oh, she's confused. Actually, Supreme Lord provide her rice, but she distributes, so she is confused what she is doing for Supreme Lord. Her desire was to take
Only
paneer.
my desire.
See, as long as we are, in the material world, we have these material tastes and material, desires. This will be there. Okay, so it is very difficult to come out of this, mundane platform. And even while performing devotion, we try to, you know, these our contaminated or polluted mind will, give directions in this manner. But it is okay. There is nothing to be disheartened about it. We just need to continue. We will be, our consciousness will be evolved gradually and slowly in the association of the devotees by taking prasad, and we will definitely reach to a point where, there is no such confusion, and we will be able to honor prasad without any, reservations of this is paneer or this is rice or this is, bitter gourd. We will not have such a, conception. So it's a process of evolution. We are evolving in devotional path. It will happen one day, don't worry. Okay.
Наш Гурудев, он даже не, ну, все, что ему давали, он кушал.
Yes, he used to eat everything. Yes.
Много.
Yes. Yeah, it's very long journey for us. We have to get there. Yes, it is mercy.
Но я должна его была съесть, а я не могла съесть.
Okay. Second question. Okay.
Как, допустим, я работаю, да, потому что вот, because need money, because come here,
Need money
Yes.
to come to town.
Yes.
Need money.
If I know working, I cannot come.
Yes.
What thinking about God
Uh-huh.
when I working,
По-русски скажи, я переведу правильно.
как работать, как вернее,
What should be thinking when she is working?
думать о Господе, да? Ну, одномоментно как бы. Как это делать вообще, когда ты погружаешься в рабочий процесс?
How she should work and to think about God if her consciousness is totally drawn in this material work process. Because
That is what Bharat had done. King Bharat, he was performing the action, but in the consciousness, it is the Supreme Lord. He is the one who is the enjoyer. Now, when we are working, like you are working to earn money, your motive is that I need to go to India, associate with the sadhus, I have to take darshan of the dham. This is the motivation. Your desire is not that I am working, therefore I shall earn money and enjoy. That is not the desire. The desire behind your working process is that I want to visit dham, I want to associate with the sadhus, and I want to progress in devotion. If that is the objective, then there is no problem. You should have this consciousness while working, that my objective is not to become rich, or my objective is not to, become the enjoyer of my actions, but it is to please Gurudev, to be able to make progress in devotion. We will stop here. We will take further questions tomorrow. Is that okay? Is that okay? Because all devotees are.
It's a very
Yeah.
big tema.
Yes. Yes. Or maybe we can personally discuss after devotees are. They have to take their breakfast also. वाञ्छा कल्पतरुभ्यश्च कृपा सिन्धुभ्य एव च पतितानां पावनेभ्यो वैष्णवेभ्यो नमो नमः। श्री श्री गुरु गौरांग गांधर्विका गिरिधारी श्री श्री राधा मदन मोहन पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। परमाराधितम पतित पावन स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति वल्लभ तीर्थ गोस्वामी श्री गुरु महाराज की जय। नित्य लीला प्रविष्टोम विष्णुपाद प्रम स्तोत्र सत श्री श्रीमद् भक्ति दयित माधव गोस्वामी महाराज की जय। जगत गुरु श्री भक्ति सिद्धांत सरस्वती गोस्वामी ठाकुर प्रभुपाद की जय। श्री श्री रूपानुग गुरु वर्ग की जय। श्री षड गोस्वामी प्रभु की जय। पंचतत्वात्मक श्री गौर हरि की जय। ग्रंथराज श्रीमद् भागवत महापुराण की जय। श्री कृष्ण द्वैपायन वेदव्यास महामुनि की जय। समागत श्रीमद् भागवत श्रवणकारी भक्तवृंद की जय। श्री हरिनाम प्रभु की जय। श्री हरिनाम संकीर्तन की जय। गौर प्रेमानंदे हरि हरि बोल।